Well, welcome to part two. And up here you can see second season of this save. We moved on to RKSV Bekkerveld, which was two divisions higher than where we were, but ended up being one division higher. I do it mainly because I wanted to speed up the save between, actually speed up the game. And rather than having it take an eternity between games, which it does when you've got this many leagues loaded. There's a ton of leagues when you descend the Dutch tiers. And I just wanted to... Otherwise I would have stayed at Westdorpe. I wouldn't have moved on. Because there's a lot of work to do when you go to a new club at amateur level. You've got to buy a ton of players to improve the reputation of the club, so you can get better players and better staff. I'll show you the staff here in a tick, but I might show them when we get to where we are now. But as you can see, the first season there, that's not me. The club ended up fourth, 26 games played, 11 wins, 9 draws, 6 losses for 42 points. 31 for, 25 against, and a goal difference of 6. So, nothing to write home about. It's a decent finish, fourth, but there aren't that many clubs in the league at that level. In fact, if you look at the league, which we can't now because it's no longer playable. But the next season we come in and we do a fair bit better. We won all the games, 122 goals and 8 against, so we did better than what we did at Westdorpe. And we ended up with the maximum of 78 points. So if we were to go back to that season, and this is the current one, but if we go all the way back to that, so it's the second one there, season 2021, playing a great number of friendlies to bring in the moolah, as we do in the under-19s, and by the time we got to here, we'd signed up a pretty much, I think, was very close to the first team squad. And we'll have a look at them. But there's some other players that we'll look at as well. But here are the main ones. Ruben van Kouwen, who's a really good goalkeeper for this level, if you have a look at him. Great, terrific determination. But if you look at all the aerial reach of 15 and command of area is really good. Good reflexes, not so great with the one-on-ones. So he was the main keeper. Let's have a look at his career stats. So that's him signing for us. So he had 2 main seasons with us. 23 appearances in the league, so that's pretty good. Might have rotated a little bit to give someone else a go, because he played 7 cup games as well, so we're rotating for that. Just the 6 conceded, and 18 clean sheets. That's pretty damn good going. I've got no complaints about that. He was a good keeper, Ruben van Kouwen. So if you decide to go back to FM20 and play it, all well and good. This guy, Lever, again the same principle as I talked about in the last episode, where I moved an attacking play on the right, a winger essentially, to fullback, and he's only on support. But you have a look at that, terrific acceleration and pace at 16, and determination also at 16. And a good technique. Tackling, pretty much non-existent. But nevertheless, if you have a look at his first season with us, 22 games, 2 goals, 21 assists. So not quite as good as previous example I gave you, but pretty productive. Sign this guy. He's still with us, as you can see. In fact, I think very quickly, is Lever still with us? Yeah, he is. Still at the club. So and by great determination, have a look at those physicals. Very, very solid, particularly when you're down at that league level. Excellent heading, 13, 12, 12. So his defending is immaculate. I was primarily using him as a centre-back, though he can play right-back. And he did very, very well indeed for us. It continues to be part of the team. Signed this guy, Robin Arns. We sold him on. It's German centre-back. Really good jumping reach. Not that quick. You see he's 24 now. So he's never been that pacey, and we do like a good pacey centre-back. 6'4". I mean, if you're Leluja, that'll suit you down to the ground. Determination's really good. And okay with his defending. Not a great footballer. If you think of the technical stuff as your footballing ability, well then not. No. But good mentally and with his physicals apart from his jumping reach. Similar principle here. We've taken somebody who's a natural winger or inverted winger and moved them back to fullback. So again, acceleration and pace are very good. Really good determination, dribbling, crossing okay. Passing good too. And this is the main attacking fullback, of course. So his first season with us, way back here. Just played the 8 games. So someone else might emerge. This guy, R.I.A. Is it DM? Still at the club, as you can see. Good determination. Pace is less important. I'm more looking for the tackling and the work rate and strength, of course, as well. So he's more than adequate. He played 17 games, so plenty of games. We would have been rotating him. Played in the cup as well. Someone who's still at the club, Jon Ross. Good pace and acceleration as well. Determination, okay. He's not the strongest, but he's got a tremendous first touch. And he has scored a few goals over the years. His first season with us, 21 games, 9 goals, 5 assists. So that's a pretty damn good return from somebody I'm not using in the attacking role, but in the supporting role. And on the left, we have Gundush, again, still at the club. We're not paying him any money, so it doesn't make any difference. And he started 14 games, 7 goals, 6 assists, 2 player of the matches. So again, very, very handy indeed. I think Ross's return is probably a little bit better, if you think about it. Masawi, again, still at the club. Afghan international, 28 9 caps, 13 goals. Again, terrific pace and determination. And his finishing's pretty good. Composure, not so good. And in his first season, 18 goals out of 18 games and 17 assists. So that's pretty damn good. At that level, he functioned just fine. Another guy we brought in, Hernandez, for the playmaking role on the right, so on the left. Again, the pace not as important, but his teamwork, he's not the greatest vision, but he can cross and he can... Dribbling's okay, pretty sound. So he's a pretty sound player, very determined player, which I like. And we were using this guy, Dumace, again, still at the club. And again, someone who can play anywhere in the front three, so very valuable. Really good determination. It's dipped a bit. I think it was originally at 17, and then we've got tremendous acceleration at pace at 16, 17. So it's a tremendous addition to the squad. Finishing, not the best. Composure, not the best. But nevertheless, have a look at that. 17 goals in 18 games, 6 assists. Maybe we could have done better with somebody who was better in that regard, but he's always showing up. He'll beat a player, and if he's got an open goal, all he's got to do is knock it in. I think this is somebody worth looking at. Lathos, I'm not sure how many games he got. Yeah, good for your number. 8 games, and he got 3 assists. 7.47. So pretty good going. Anyone else that I'm noted? Not really. Have a quick look at some goals. This is early on. Gundush floating it out there. There's Pereira knocking it in. And Gundush showing up and banging in a good goal. At the top, floats out. Hernandez, R.I.A. back to Hernandez. Whack! Hernandez, good corner. Straight in from the header. That's our centre-back, Arns, German. Big jumping reach. And there's Masawi knocking one in as well. Good. So Hernandez getting 2 assists there. And Arns, again, with the jumping reach, grabbing a goal for us. So very, very handy indeed. Got a bit of a challenge there, 5-2. As you can see, it's lots of great. Look, I'm not going to bang my own drum here. This is not hard to do at this level. You get good players, you get the reputation built, you keep them with a contract, a pre-contract, so that no one can poach them, and life's good. It's really not that difficult. And have a half decent tactic, and you will beat your opposition. It's not much of a challenge. Again, why would you make a series out of watching this? It's not the most challenging. Any difference here? What's the team here? Levi and by Samson. Was he in the last one? Did I show you Samson? How's that for determination? Yeah, we brought him into the club. Look at that. Decent pace, jumping reach 15, 6'4". In he comes, and that's why Arns was moved on. So he comes in. Gabriel, who is still at the club. He's improved a little bit over the years, but this is pretty much what he is. Look at that pace. Very good player, Gabriel. Well, very good athlete. This guy, Diandi, not sure, no longer at the club. So he's got 12 games in, got a goal, but he's a DM, so we're not asking too much. Razan Gundosh, Masawi, this guy Naya. Don't think he played too many games for us. No, as you can see, just a couple. We're always bringing in players to improve the reputation of the club. As long as they improve the reputation of the club, sign them. So as you can see, all green. Who played the last game, or the last important game before the final? Von Carwin, leave it. Samson, this guy Herring's got a run. I think we must have been a bit desperate. Yeah, 7 games, not too many. Deandy Ross Salinen, who is now at the club. Oh, this is a good signing. Yeah. Just the 9 games in his first season, but as you can see, he's played plenty since. We'll have a look at him again later. But this season, 9 games, 4 goals, 1 assist. Average rating of 8.26. Nothing to complain about there. Masawi there. Oh, yes. Maddie. Maddie. 16 determination. Again, great acceleration, pace of 15. The red is weak. Blue is fantastic. Green is good. Yellow's all right. So you can see not too many weaknesses in his game and plenty of strength, certainly on the physical side. His first season, he got 11 games, 9 goals, 8.11. He did better after that, and then he slid a little bit. We were playing in the playmaking role that season, which I haven't done too much since. Jurich, this is an interesting player. Again, still at the club. I'll let you have a look at that. Hang on, Jurich, bring him up again. There we go. He was a little bit quicker at the time, and he was a bit stronger, but Australian international, 41 caps. He was about 29 when we brought him in. So as you can see, there are 8 games, 16 goals, 1 assist, averaging 9.01. So he was a good addition to the squad, to say the least. One-hit wonder. Just played 2 more games in the league for the club. How many overall? 20 goals overall, because he played 3 cup games. And he got just the 1 assist. So there you go. Tommy Urich. What a man. Latha was there. Props, did he play much? He did. 18 games, 3 goals, 1... Yeah, okay. So you can have a look at him and see why he'd be a good DM. Mentally very good. Not the strongest, but he's quick. And good first. So a very handy person to use in the midfield overall. This guy Tentaya. 14 determined. Again, pace and acceleration. Decent finishing too. 10. It's been improving what we saw before. Again, he got 9 games, a goal and 6 assists. Using a lot on the wide positions. And there's Jumay there, who was forced out a bit by Urich in the end. And the final, we'll have a quick look at that before we end. She won 3-0 against Helmondia. That was the big game. And you see, Lever comes into the team. It's been by Samson, Gabriel, Diandi, Ross, Salinen, Masawi, Maddy, Urich, Herrings, Diandi. Right, what's the goals? Come on. So Lever floating it up. Urich, Johnny on the spot. It's knocked down a bit of... And Maddy knocking it in. Left open, Samson floating it in. And centre-back Hearings getting it in. There we go. So that's the type... Not an atypical performance, type you'd see. And that was a home game. We got 1,358 for that. So that's where we were up to in Season 2. Season 3, next video. See you then.